Hello and welcome back to the Minish Cap. As what happened last time, we got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So when I got knocked out as a kid, in the video game, of course, when I got knocked out in this game, I turned my DS off and I gave it back to my aunt and said I didn't like the game because I thought I died and I thought that was just the end of the game. And I thought the entire point of the game was just you going to the fair and then dying. I did the same thing with Final Fantasy II.
Jesus Christ, you are a dumb kid.
Well, I got to think about what I was playing at the time. I was playing a lot of games where death actually really meant. Like I was playing a lot of Mario games, specifically Super Mario Advance 3. This one that has Mario 3 on it.
Yes.
And when you die in that game, you're dead. That's a death. I assumed that I just died for no reason, and I got angry and upset, and I'm just like, okay, you can have your game back, Auntie. It was all right. And I tried Final Fantasy, and the same thing happened, and I'm like, oh man, Final Fantasy II, they just kill you the first fight in the game. It's so hard. I don't want to play it. Because I just assumed that, because the concept of a supposed to lose fight didn't exist for me.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Same thing happened with Kingdom Hearts. When I first played Kingdom Hearts, I kept resetting the save point every time Leon killed me. Because I felt like I should have won, you know?
Well, then again, you should have. That fight's
I mean,
super
you can
easy.
win.
You can.
It's just that you suck.
Yeah, I did. had to work the bitch out of me.
But something funny happened to me when I did my first test recording of this. I could not for the life of me figure out how to get the fuck out of bed.
Curtains closed,
Really?
lights are off. Are you alive?
And then I realized my controller decided to shit the bed for a split second, and then it decided to work, so I had to scrap that recording session. So yeah, thanks game, appreciate that one.
I had a similar situation to that when I was playing through the Witcher 3, where I had I was using a PS4 controller, right? And I had software set up to make it to basically make trick Steam games into thinking it was an Xbox controller, since it works a bit better. So as I'm playing through The Witcher 3, they added an update that adds in PS4 controller support, so I don't even need the app. So as I'm playing, the HUD elements are rapidly changing from mouse and keyboard to 360 to PS4 controllers. So it's like I'm having a seizure while I'm trying to play, and I'm like bumping the touchpad on the PS4 controller, which is set up to be a mouse. So
Nice.
it's causing all kinds of troubles. I love this blacksmith.
I do too, he's great.
Yeah.
We also got a
I don't like-
sword in our mission to go to the Minish Woods. So that's where we shall head.
Yeah. I don't really have a controller story, a story like that where a controller just shits the bed real fast. But I did,
Well, you
do
told
something
me you
interesting
had
with
to replace your Joy-Con stick.
Yeah, that's the story I was about to
Oh.
say.
Oops.
But yeah, like Travis said, recently I was getting tired of that drifting analog stick that's apparently the problem with a lot of Joy-Cons.
You're reading
So,
articles about that shit.
Yeah, so I bought a replacement, and thankfully I didn't fucking break it, because I'm kind of known for breaking technology when I try to open it up. I'm just terrible with technology on the inside. But it was real easy, actually. And I'd recommend anyone that had a problem with their Joy-Cons that are watching this to just buy a replacement. They're really easy to attach in. They give you, usually the kits come with the tools you need to open up your Joy-Con, and it took me like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Really.
I love that. I know this had voice acting. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
There's actually a patch I can get. I was thinking about doing it, but I decided against it. That changes that voice acting to be Wind Waker.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, I see. That's something that just kill a minion. Anyways, that's
yeah,
something that
yep.
that's something that Matthew Matosas brought up in his in his Zelda series. He talks about how he doesn't want there to be actual voice acting in Zelda. He would prefer if they all spoke in Hylian, like Shadow of the Colossus, where they have a unique language.
Well, then he
And-
is gonna be pissed at Breath of the Wild.
I haven't watched his Breath of the Wild video, but I kind of agree. I thought that'd be a really cool idea. Because I'm also the guy who uses the Monster Hunter language in Monster
Yeah.
Hunter. Just because I think it's cool. I like that idea of
Yep.
a unique language for the setting. helps form a distance. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I just assumed the gibberish in a couple of those Elder games was just a unique language.
Actually,
So there was
well,
gibberish
there's a...
in Twilight Princess, right?
Yeah.
for
just
Midna,
Japanese
it's I think it's mixed Japanese to sound like gibberish for Midna. I'd have to look into it again, but yeah, I think that was the case that they used. I forget what her name was, but they used a voice actor for that and mixed it to sound weird and wacky.
The situation is so unfortunate.
We could go save him, but first a heart piece. Or a heart piece.
Pew! Ah! Pew! Ah!
I got a heart.
Just throwing rocks at some guy. He can't move. Took his wheelchair. Poor bastard.
You can pack him. You saw that big ass beak. So, I guess we better help him.
Hippity hoppity. Ow!
And
What's wrong with you? Do you like watching me take this abuse? Help me.
Yes, it's amusing.
So, I also want to point out, I think this is one of the few Zelda games, one of the few 2D Zelda games. I think Four Swords does this as well, but you actually have to press a button to use your shield, where it's not automatic. Not really Oh, go ahead.
The Oracle games do that as well. Your shield and swords are actual items.
Oh wait, doesn't Link's Awakening do that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Most, if not all, the Game Boy.
No, I'm thinking Link to the Past. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, Link to the Past I think is automatic.
But yeah, Link's Awakening, Oracles, and this do that, where you have to actually equip those items.
So I love this scene right here.
This scene sets up the rest of the Zelda canon for something dumb, but I love it.
The deepest lore.
It really is.
It's like poetry, it rhymes. And we're being blocked by Mode 7.
Oh, come on, don't be dissing the fog effect.
Okay, I wanted to bring this up because I've been looking into a lot of GBA emulation recently.
Yeah.
GBA and the Super Nintendo are in such weird positions from each other, in which one is objectively more powerful. The Super Nintendo is a much more powerful system. However, by the time of the GBA, most developers knew how to use the graphics technology better, which led to a lot of situations where games look better, but they perform worse and sound worse, and it's really weird. Like FF6 on the GBA has a bunch of extra effects that make it look better in little ways.
Yep.
But it doesn't run as well, and it doesn't sound as good as FF3 on the Super Nintendo. And I think it's just a matter of using it sparingly. Like, there's not a lot of big 3D Mode 7 games on the GBA. However, there's a lot of subtle graphical details when it comes to layering, like with Fog here, or if you look at what's his name? The Hats movement. But yeah,
Eslo, I think his name is. It's either Eslo or Elzo. I'm pretty sure it's Eslo. He said it earlier.
Yep, Eslo. I keep wanting to call him Ravio because I don't know. I just have Ravio on the brain.
But yeah, basically what he's explaining is with these logs, you can shrink down to a little people size.
Mm-hmm. God, I love the sprite work in this game. Now, a little bit of a look behind the curtain.
I love that jiggle, by the way. Just before you start talking, that mushroom jiggle is fantastic.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, before we recorded, one of the things I said is we were discussing doing commentary on a couple different games. This was one of the ones we mentioned, and I mentioned as a counterpoint to why we shouldn't do commentary on this is because ultimately the entire commentary is going to be "fuck, this game is gorgeous," and that's the first mention of that. So I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I have to agree with the commentary on this game. I can't really say much about it other than it looks good and the game was good. I don't remember too much about it.
And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why we're here, to reintroduce you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love. Oh man, it's such a cool idea. Like, this reminds me a lot of the. God damn it! This game's pretty. Sorry. This reminds me a lot of the wall fusion in Link.
Yes, I love that mechanic as well. That was so
Yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm. And A Link Between Worlds, because it is something that just exists throughout the game and fundamentally changes the way you play it. You know,
Yep.
it changes the way you look at environments, which is what's really cool about them.
I need to go back through and finish that. I got to the point, I think I got about halfway through, and then I went and talked to that octopus lady, and she's like, find my 100 children, and I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. The completionist in me just died.
Noah found all of those.
I
and his
believe
save
it.
files still on the game.
Jeez.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, I was going to bring this up last episode, but now would be a better time. There's a figurine collection side quest where you trade a certain item, we'll find it in a dungeon later, for figurines. I will show off that side quest a couple times, like I will show off a couple of the figurines, but ultimately I will not be doing all of that on camera, because that takes, I think, half the game time is that side quest.
Mhm.
And it's just RNG and annoying, and I hate it. It's not a fun
Okay.
quest, but it leads to
Makes
a heart
sense.
piece, so I have to do it.
Gotta get them all.
Yeah.
There's no Dompe the Dompe the Gravekeeper glitch in this one. Do you know about that one?
I don't think I did.
So in Ocarina 3D, and this was actually in the original as well. You could, if you found a spot when doing the Gravedigger tour that gave you a heart piece, you could just have him dig there forever, and he would just
Oh,
keep
no
digging.
shit.
He would just keep digging up duplicate heart pieces. Because what it basically does is every time you enter that mini game, it maps them out on the ground, and
Yeah.
if you keep hitting the heart piece tile, he will just keep piling them on and on and on and on and on.
See, I don't think I probably forgot that because most of my time playing Ocarina is through randomizers now. So that whole mini game was changed to where you get the prize from it because it's randomized the first try.
Yep.
So it
Honestly,
makes
I don't
it
think I
easy.
ever finished Zelda's completion with all the heart pieces, so I wouldn't.
Me either.
So I skip shit like that.
Because even though I have so many hearts that they're actually literally running off the screen and causing crashes,
Ironically enough,
I know that I don't have those heart pieces.
Ironically enough about that statement, in, I want to say, one of the Oracle games, if not Link's Awakening, I'd have to look back into it, but I think you can get an extra heart that's just off-screen.
Wonderful. It's a secret heart.
Yeah. So now we talked to the... Oh shit, that was the end of the episode, fuck.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Alright.
Stop.
Well, thank you for watching. I'll have to edit in an end card, I guess. Thank you for watching, goodbye.